In the pages of the past, there are figures who defy conventions, shatter stereotypes, and leave an eternal footprint on the world. Today, we're going to unveil the incredible story of one such individual, a woman who, in the 18th century, long ago, embarked on a journey that not only defied her own destiny, but the very fabric of society. Welcome to Dark Sleuth Secrets. In this video, we're going to take a look into the remarkable life of Hannah Snell, an ordinary woman who became an extraordinary soldier. She disguised herself as a man, served in the British military, and emerged as an emblem of courage and determination. Hannah's tale is a testament to the power of resilience, the enduring spirit of those who refuse to be confined by gender norms, and the profound impact of individuals who dare to defy expectations. In this truly moving story, we uncover the secrets and revelations of this heroic 18th century female soldier. This is the captivating story of Hannah Snell, the woman who became a warrior. And of course, don't forget to click that subscribe button to stay updated with our historical expeditions. Your support is always appreciated. Now let's get into it. Hannah Snell was born into a family where her father worked as a hosier and dyer. She was the youngest daughter among 5 sisters and had 3 brothers. Her family's financial situation was relatively comfortable, as her father had inherited wealth from her grandfather, who had served in the military, which ensured they did not face significant financial struggles. Despite her access to education, Hannah only learned to write, but never learned to read. The neighbors used to call her the Amazon Snell, as she would often pretend to play as a soldier as a child. Tragedy struck when Hannah's parents passed away when she was just 17 years old. Following this loss, she moved to London on December 25, 1740, to live with her older sister in Wapping. In London, she married James Sums, a Dutch seaman. However, their relationship was marked by difficulties as Sums engaged in infidelity and financial recklessness, leading them into debt and impoverishment. He eventually abandoned Hannah during her pregnancy with their daughter, Susanna, who sadly died in infancy. Despite her husband's abandonment and the struggles they endured, Hannah's love for him remained deep and unwavering. It was after these challenging experiences that she returned to live with her sister Susanna and her brother-in-law, James Gray. In a desperate bid to find her estranged husband, whom she still loved, she made the daring decision to borrow her brother-in-law's suit and travel to Coventry in search of him. This disguise allowed her to conduct her investigation discreetly, navigate male-dominated spaces, and gain the trust of those who might have information about her husband. While in Coventry and believing she was a young man, Hannah Snell was pressed into the military. She joined John Guise's regiment, the 6th Regiment of Foot, under her brother-in-law's name, marking the beginning of a truly extraordinary chapter in her life. Hannah Snell's military career as James Gray was an extraordinary journey filled with challenges and heroic feats. At the age of 25 in 1747, she enlisted in the regiment of General Guise, where she received rigorous training in military exercises and drills. Hannah proved to be a quick learner and excelled in her training, demonstrating her dedication to her newfound path as a soldier. However, her military career was not without its share of trials. A falling out with Sergeant Davis within her regiment brought accusations of neglect, stemming from Snell's refusal to facilitate a sexual encounter between Sergeant Davis and a local woman. This incident led to a harsh sentence of 600 lashes, an excessively severe punishment for one considered a mere boy. She endured 500 lashes while tied to a castle gate in Carlisle. Remarkably, Hannah managed to elude discovery due to the manner in which her arms were tied to the gate and her petite build. Following this ordeal, Hannah decided to leave Scotland behind and made the courageous decision to desert. Undeterred by her previous experiences and not put off the military life, she embarked on a new journey south to Portsmouth, where she enlisted in the Marines with the hope of traveling abroad to find her seafaring husband. Hannah was appointed assistant steward and cook to the officers' mess on the ship Swallow, and sailed to the East Indies on attachment to Admiral Boscawen's fleet. Their mission to invade Mauritius was called off, redirecting them to India. In August 1748, Hannah's unit was sent on an expedition to capture the French colony of Pondicherry in India. She actively participated in the arduous battles, finding herself in the center of the fighting, including the battle at Devikatale in June 1749. Her unwavering commitment to her duties was evident, despite sustaining a total of 11 injuries of varying degrees, including a gunshot to her groin and multiple shots to her leg. After the battle, Snell found herself laying in a hospital in Cudilla, where she is said to have either removed the bullet herself or was assisted by a local woman to avoid revealing her true gender. Her incredible resilience and determination in the face of such adversity were truly remarkable. She was a young woman fighting a man's war. Following her 3-month recovery, she rejoined her unit and continued her service. It was during her time in Bombay where her crewmates began to notice that she would never shave her face, leading to her nickname, Miss Molly Gray. In response, she began to flirt with the local women to reduce suspicion about her sex, and she soon acquired the more discreet name of Hearty Jemmy. While in Lisbon, Hannah finally heard some news of her husband. Unfortunately, it transpired that he had been executed in Genoa. Her efforts to find him had all been in vain. So, when her ship, the man-of-war Eltham, anchored at Gravesend in 1750, Hannah completed her tour of duty and decided to reveal her true gender to her shipmates on June 2nd. Hannah Snell's life post-military service was as fascinating as her earlier adventures in the Army and the Marines. Her remarkable story had quickly spread throughout the country, with tales of her exploits even being published in print. Hannah was not one to shy away from the public eye, and she took to appearing on stage at the London theatres. Dressed in her soldier or Marine uniform, she would perform her old drill motions and sing appropriate ballads, captivating audiences with her extraordinary journey. In 1751, she expanded her horizons, embarking on a tour to Bath and Bristol. It was during this time that became acquainted with the town of Newbury, known for its picturesque surroundings and scenic countryside. She immediately fell in love with it. The Duke of Cumberland, impressed by her service and story, was successfully petitioned to place her name on the military pension list. Additionally, her battle wounds led to her receiving an annuity as a Chelsea Cut pensioner. Never one to let an opportunity pass, Hannah ventured into the realm of entrepreneurship, taking on a public house in Wapping that she aptly named the Female Warrior. The pub sign depicted her in regimental dress on one side and Marine uniform on the other, with the inscription, "The Widow in Masquerade." By the mid-1750s, Hannah Snell found herself residing in Newbury, Berkshire. On the 3rd of November 1759, she entered into her second marriage, this time with a journeyman carpenter named Samuel Iles, at St. Nicholas Church in Newbury. The newlyweds were soon blessed with a son, George Spence, and 4 years later, a second son, Thomas, joined the family. Tragically, Samuel passed away, and Hannah remarried once more in 1772, this time to Richard Habgood of Welford, at the chapel in nearby Wickham. The couple appeared to lead a nomadic life, with reports of Hannah in various locations, including Wapping and Western Longville in Norfolk. However, her son, George, pursued a successful career as a London attorney, and by 1785, Hannah had settled near him in Stoke Newington. Unfortunately, signs of insanity began to emerge, and she was eventually removed to Bedlam Hospital, where she spent her final years. Hannah Snell, the woman who had defied conventions and served in the British military, passed away in 1792 at the age of 69. In accordance with her lifelong wish, she was laid to rest among the old soldiers at Chelsea Hospital, a fitting resting place for a woman whose story still reverberates through the pages of history. If you found this video as intriguing as we did, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated and join our journey into the hidden corners of history. Your support really means the world to us. Stay curious and keep sleuthing.